In the previous video about the Transpennine Route Upgrade or TRU, I explained about the sections of the route which are currently being electrified, and in this episode we'll be taking a look at the upgrade of the section between Huddersfield and Dewsbury. If you've missed the other episode, I'd encourage you to watch that first. As I mentioned in the previous video, electrification is a key objective of the TRU. However, a more substantial upgrade of the railway is needed in order to unlock capacity for more trains and to further improve reliability. If you've followed me for any length of time, you'll know I like big engineering, and it doesn't get much bigger than the upgrade of approximately 11 kilometres of railway between Huddersfield and Dewsbury. The upgrade is arguably more complex than the opening of the east-west rail route between Bicester and Bletchley, but it doesn't seem to get half as much attention. The upgrade will effectively deliver a new 11-kilometre main line from Huddersfield to Dewsbury, with new fast lines bypassing Deighton, Mirfield and Ravensthorpe. The two new lines will allow express services to travel more quickly, provide increased resilience and provide more capacity. Four-tracking the railway will be incredibly challenging, and will involve building new bridges, adapting existing bridges and rebuilding 3 stations. In order to deliver such a large project, a Transport and Works Act order had to be granted, which effectively gives Network Rail permission to plan and deliver the project, which will require the compulsory purchase of land and alteration of numerous road bridges. The TWAO was granted in June last year, and in December a further £3.9 billion worth of funding was allocated for the upgrade, taking the total funding for the TRU up to £6.9 billion. A final cost of £11.5 billion has been widely reported, but it's not clear what this will fund. But Network Rail say the TRU will reduce journey times from Manchester to Leeds to around 43 to 44 minutes, with the fastest journey today currently taking around 68 minutes. Some news articles have stated a figure of 33 minutes, but this will likely only be delivered if a new line and tunnel between Manchester and Marsden is constructed, as outlined in the Integrated Rail Plan, or IRP. The new tunnel will, however, not likely be funded within the £11.5 billion TRU budget envelope. I'll be sure to update viewers if more information about the budgets for the IRP or TRU comes to light. With funding of £3.9 billion and the TWAO granted, Network Rail has begun work on the largest single element of the TRU. That will include rebuilding Deighton, Mirfield and Ravensthorpe stations, which will be replaced with new fully accessible stations. Deighton will be replaced by a conventional 2-platform station, whilst Mirfield and Ravensthorpe will be replaced with new island platform stations. All 3 of the stations will have overbridges which will take passengers from the platforms over the new up-down fast lines to new station entrances. Doubling the number of tracks and building new stations will be challenging enough, but a bigger challenge awaits engineers at Ravensthorpe. Currently, the existing station sits just to the east of a flat junction which has 2 sets of lines heading east. One line heads to Dewsbury and ultimately to Leeds, whilst the other pair of tracks heads towards Wakefield. This junction presents a significant bottleneck, with local stopping trains, express trains and freight trains all having to pass over this one flat junction. The TRU will separate this traffic by constructing a new grade separated junction, with the new fast lines passing over the top of the up-slow line from Leeds and the lines to and from Wakefield. In addition, Ravensthorpe station will be moved to the west, which will provide the potential for trains heading towards Wakefield to serve Ravensthorpe, which isn't possible currently. The new junction must be built around a number of industrial units and over the Calder and Hebble navigation, and will also require the rebuilding of Calder Road. One of the biggest challenges, however, will be removing 400,000 cubic metres of earth to lower an embankment to the west of Calder Road, to allow space for the new tracks and new station. Heading east from Ravensthorpe, a new viaduct will take 4 tracks over the River Calder, with 4 tracks merging into 2 just before Thornhill Road. Although the TRU only focuses on the core section from Manchester to York, the benefits will spread beyond and will improve reliability for east-west journeys which cross the Pennines. With shovels now in the ground, I will definitely be keeping track of progress and hope to visit Ravensthorpe again as the project progresses over the coming months. So be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates from me. Just before I sign off, I'd like to say a big thank you to my Patreon and YouTube supporters who help to make videos like this possible. If you'd like to consider supporting the channel, there are links in the description below, or if you're watching on TV, search Rail Focus Patreon.